Well, welcome on in, everyone. Hello, hello. I hope you're all having an absolutely phenomenal day. Let's get right to it. The ship coasts through Jumpspace, heading toward a pair of starving asteroid mines on the opposite end of the next system. Captain Black took this job in the hopes of something simple after the briar trap that was the rogue planet. Two simple food delivery jobs, with a little extra sauce as the captain likes. The first, which you'll be arriving at soon, has had a particularly brutal infestation of rattlets. You're to help clear out. While the other has recently suffered a bout of horrid wilting, a severe blight that even eats through processed and preserved foods, provided they contain plant matter. In the weeks since that mission, Xylos has regained consciousness and, although sluggishly, has resumed his work on the ship effectively. He responds to any inquiries about the event or the unrecorded implant with a wave of his hand and the phrase, "A fluke. I've been assured it won't happen again." And if the question persists, he simply shrugs. Aside from Xylos' recovery, the last few weeks have been fairly uneventful. Cherry managed to identify the link between the crystals and the rogue planet. The crystals absorb ambient radiation and electrical energy from the cosmos, feeding it directly into the planet's core, keeping it spinning and warm despite its distance from any star. Cherry, you think to yourself that any normal geologist would publish a paper on the topic and wonder if such a thing even interests you. Armilla, your extended time with the serpent creature and studying what little information the scans could garner brings to light its nature as an organic being coated in sodium crystals. Something about their digestive process allows them to convert consumed matter, primarily plant matter and the occasional insectoid primate, into waste that is virtually identical to Jumpspace fuel. You took a hefty sampling for further study, but for your ultimate purpose, your interest here is exhausted, so you've left it with Cherry. Cleon, your time on the crashed ship, the Cyclops, caused you to realize that the study of computers is not quite the same as understanding how to operate them. As such, you've taken the last few weeks to retrain yourself. While your skills in computer science have not faded completely, they have atrophied for a time. The ship thunks out of Jumpspace. The shift from the steady, loud hum to nothing more than the faint buzz of the ship's equipment as noticeable as ever. The intercom clicks on, calling Xylos, Cleon, Cherry, and Armilla to the cargo bay. For Cherry and Armilla, this is a simple cargo elevator ride down, as their labs are set up in the thoroughly converted second cargo bay, lined with relatively small but decently equipped airtight labs. After all, as Captain Black has been known to say, if my people aren't given the tools to do good work, how can I expect it of them? As each of you enter, Captain Black is found looking at the excessive stack of crates containing food for these people. He speaks. All right. No big rush here. We're unloading food for these folks, and I'll be taking payment from their foreman. Xylos will be directing the lifter bots as normal, while the rest of you will have to clear out their rattlet problem. They're over in the food storage near the hydroponics garden. The things have tore everything up, so once you've dealt with the vermin, Armilla, I know it's not your specialty, but if you could ensure the garden is recoverable. In the meantime, their crews are going to be shuffling through our galley. Mora says she's made something special for them to fill their empty bellies. Let's get going. You've all encountered rattlets before. wrapped in brilliant green fur and only slightly more dangerous than the largest Earth rats, but so much more annoying given their climbing ability and the fact that they can glide short distances. That being said, they are far more aggressive, less likely to flee, and most certainly not to be underestimated in large numbers. And from what you've heard, there are quite a few of them here. So, the lot of you stand at the back of the cargo bay as it chunks open, and Xylos directs the four lifter bots to like lift these different crates and start carrying them out. Would you guys like to head right over to clearing out this problem?
Sure. This is all on like our ship? Or
I'm not sure I understand the question.
this is all taking place. We're still on our ship. It's not.
You guys are being briefed in your cargo bay.
Right. Gotcha. That's answers the question.
Yeah, you were briefed in your cargo bay, and then the cargo bay chunks open, and Xylo starts directing the lifter bots to carry out the food cargo. And do you guys want to head off to deal with this rattled problem?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Alrighty, so you guys find yourselves entering a storage room. Let me shift some stuff here. You guys find yourselves entering a storage room. I'm going to pull you over here. We'll start with, can everyone see?
Oh,
I can
that's
see.
right.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. Just unexpected.
As you guys enter the oh no, I forgot his name. The individual who guided you here, I think we'll call him Onik Pull.
Onik, I like it.
Onikpul. Like presses the button to close the door behind you, and he's like, "Good luck," as it closes.
Great.
Yeah, as you guys enter in here, you see these like crates have been torn into, like the metal's been like pulled up. Can I get all of you to give me a perception check?
Are we sure I'm awake yet?
Ooh.
Mercy.
I do think while all of you hear the like chittering of these rat-like creatures, you can't really in any way identify their number or their location. So at the moment, you guys are just sort of standing in front of the door, looking around. It's well lit in here, and you don't see any of them like in your immediate line of sight. So one might assume they're hiding in crates or something. What do you guys want to do?
Would Cleon have any idea? Like, the first thing that comes to mind is to create like a lure and maybe the smell of something delicious, but I don't know that he would know what that would be to these creatures.
Yeah, well, I don't know that you would necessarily know what it would be for these creatures. You would definitely know that you're, from Earth, and they get compared to Earth rats a lot. So if that helps,
right? I could make some. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, cheesy. You know what I mean? I don't know. Something that would smell good to rats would be maybe my first thought. And with prestidigitation, so it's, I guess, like a small area. I don't know the exact. I got to read that again, but that's how he would do it. Stay on her sensory. Where's the smell one? There it is. It doesn't specify like a size, area, range 10 feet. So it has to be within 10 feet of me, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
How about,
Anybody else have
can I-
thoughts while Cleon is considering this?
I think I'm gonna go over and just knock on the side of this crate.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think as you knock on it, you hear like more fervent skittering, like from further in the room, but not from the crate that you just knocked on.
Is Armilla doing anything? Or
They're in the other crate, right?
I would say, like purely for the wording of the rest of the spell for Cleon. If you wanted to do that, you would basically be making a cubic foot smell like cheese,
right?
Which would then like sort of slowly emanate from there. So,
Gotcha. I think if he could look around the corner of this, crate, and maybe just he sees nothing, and then 10 feet away he casts that. And it happens like you just described.
So would you like to ping the location?
I guess, is that working? There it goes. It's like 10 feet away from him.
Kind of want to do this. There's some cheese. It smells like cheese over there.
That's cool. That works.
Yep.
It'll take a moment. So I imagine you're sort of like sitting there for a minute and you're like, all right, is this going to work? But maybe after, presuming no one does anything in this time period, after like a minute, you hear the approaching sounds of several feet. And
Screen feet or people feet?
like several smaller feet.
Okay, because I would hate to have attracted people.
The guy, Onik, just like
We are
opens up the door. He's like,
hungry here.
that smells fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this guy up north comes from this larger crate's like cracked open side, and this one seems to come skittering from under this crate over here. And yeah, they're fairly large. I'm trying to think. Like definitely bigger than a Chihuahua. That's for sure.
Oh.
They're fairly large, but they both like head to this location and are like sniffing at the area, and one of them like sort of starts to like bite at it, but they're not finding anything there.
Right. Can everybody see this, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody can see this,
Yeah.
and they don't seem overly concerned with you guys because you're not currently moving.
Right.
But as this is occurring, a handful of others start to creep out from different places, and move toward this false scent, if you will. Once you guys see that there's a whole bunch of them, what do you guys do?
Yeah, Cleon will look back and, not react immediately, but look to the others for some kind of like silent consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was
my
about to
laser
whisper,
pistol.
wait for it.
What's that, Liz?
I'll just pull out my laser pistols and like wait.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think content to wait a little bit, let them gather if they're not attacking.
Yeah, they're sort of like clustering around it at this point, and I think this one probably stops and like turns to look at you guys, and is just like frozen, like looking at you. What do you guys want to do? You're not sure how much longer they're going to be distracted by this. I'll give you that.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
I think Cleon's ready to attack. If nobody else does anything immediately.
Do we have
He's-
an
he-
area? I want to say a bomb, but
Yeah, I mean, Cleon's gonna do an area. Not that you would know that, but
well,
Yeah,
Get
if
him all
nobody
at
else
once or something.
Yeah.
is reacting at this moment, then Cleon's gonna
Yeah,
step
sure.
forward
I think
and
there
cast
seems to be an indication. Like, yeah, go ahead.
cast Rhymes Binding Ice. Basically, to catch everybody. I think I'll miss this straggler to the south. I don't think he can get caught. But a 15-foot cone, 30-foot cone. Never mind. He doesn't even have to take a step forward. I thought it was a 15-foot cone, so he won't step forward. He's just gonna 30-foot cone. And I can never figure out how to do that. There you go.
I mean, to hit around the crate, you might have to step to the side, but yeah.
no.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I
would-
guess
yeah.
if I'm moving at all, I guess I could catch everybody, right? Because I
Yeah.
could just go like here.
Well, no, they would probably scatter if you went that far. I would just move one.
Yeah, I think like you step the one space because moving is sequential, right? You're not moving 30 feet in a split second. So you move like
That's
5
true.
feet, and this one I pointed. You can't see me point at my monitor. And this one like sort of like reels back a little bit and hisses, so like some sort of like hissing squeak, and that sort of makes you like reconsider, and you just go
Gotcha.
the one step and then do it.
Gotcha. So probably can't get that guy. Just get all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure, that's a con save, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
17's the
Somebody's
DC.
screwed.
All right, so 3 of them succeeded for half damage. What's the damage?
Did it roll or did I? Okay, no, it didn't.
No, it didn't roll.
3d8. 17 cold damage.
So I
Nice.
imagine you just like step forward and unleash this like this burst of freezing, like frigid cold, and around these like rat creatures, ice starts to form. So this one takes full damage, so he's gone.
Mm.
That one takes half damage, which is oh geez, math is hard. You know what?
It's 8. Half of 17, 16. 8.
Yeah, none of them have
Right.
resistances or anything, so all of them actually die except the one. That's initiative, folks.
Cheesy doom.
Yeah. So everybody roll initiative. Oh, you guys all rolled initiative already. Very cool. Cherry, immediately, like, as the other rattlets get, like, bombarded with this, like, shower of small icebergs almost, they let out this, like screech, and from somewhere above you hear, like, a cacophony of, like, small feet clamoring in your direction. But for the moment, you just see the one. What would you like to do?
I figured they'd run away.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm gonna shoot at it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nice. Been building that up.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. you blast this tiny little rat creature, and you just roast it. It's gone. The clamoring from somewhere above seems to intensify as that one screeches, falling dead. But at the moment, you don't see where they're wherever they might be. What would you like to do?
think I'm just gonna. Well, I could go 60, right? Because I didn't do my bonus yet. Is that how that works? Or is that a rogue?
That's a rogue thing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was my
So I'm at
hesitation. I was like,
30,
so yeah, 30 is all you can do.
and that's it.
Okay, fair enough. Armilla.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I hope the smell of cheese goes away soon, or it'll make me hungry. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow Cherry, but I'm gonna hold my action besides walking, because there's none right here. So I think that's as far as I can go.
Cleon. Again, you don't see anything. You just hear the clamoring. You could, if you wanted, sort of use your action to try and identify its location.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and move as well. So I'm just gonna reposition myself. Maybe like here. And then do what you said. I guess, use my action, see if I can detect them. I was gonna suggest. I was gonna and I will ask, how tall? Like, what's the ceiling distance?
It's pretty high up there. It's like 20 feet up.
Okay. Okay, then yeah. What would I need to do to
Perception check.
try?
You're using your action to perform a perception at this point.
Jeez, 8.
Within 30 feet of you and definitely above is I think all you're going to get from that. Although
before my turn ends, I'll point up and say something up here and just in the general area.
They're up there.
Yeah. I guess that's action movement. I'm not doing bonus. That's me.
One moment, please.
And unless I stop it, which I can, that cheese will last for an hour.
Yeah, it just smells like cheese right around you guys. Which is better than the, rat smell from it that's been going on in here, it seems.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Okay.
So how this is going to work is at the start of the round, a veritable waterfall of these rattled creatures glide down from a ceiling vent, falling upon Cherry and Cleon. So let me pop them to the right layer. And they're, making their, single attack against the both of you. So it's, this one's for Cleon, and this one's for Cherry. Oh, dear Lord Almighty. I imagine, as they're falling, 3 of these, rattled creatures, glide down and drop full weight, into your collarbone with their fangs. And that is, again, on Cherry. For holy Moses, 43 piercing damage. So it's not 2, it's 7. They just fall on top of you, full weight, bared fangs. Which
could I?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask if I could do a reaction to.
Oh
that
yeah,
quick.
absolutely. You can do do a reaction to.
So when I would take damage, I reduce it by 1d6 plus con modifier. I haven't used this yet.
Oh, that's your racial ability. Because you got the bark skin. Yeah. Oh dear. What's your con modifier?
Scrolling. 4.
So you reduce that damage by 5.
Oh.
I mean, it could have been. I guess it couldn't have
38.
been worse in this context. So, it's 38 damage. So I think, for the sake of quick math, your shields are gone. and you lose 18 hit points.
Okay.
For clarity's sake, Cleon did not trigger his shield. I don't know. Rats just didn't scare him. Probably still don't, but I don't know. He didn't. He's not the one who just got avalanched on.
Okay,
so
to
bad.
to be fair, I don't think you expected like 150 rats to fall from the ceiling. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
I really like that I have a typo in the stat block here. It says tiny beast. But anyway, yeah, most of the time the shields trigger automatically at the roll of initiative. So if you like stopped it from doing that, sure, but that's like totally fine.
In my mind, I consciously chose not to do it. You know
So
what I mean?
you do not have your shields active. That's fine.
Yeah.
You chose to stop them from activating.
Right. Or yeah. So yeah.
In whatever phrasing.
Like, right. If I feel like I'm in danger, I can use the bonus to trigger them, right?
Yeah. That's part of the shields. That is correct.
And that was part of the reason to choose to not do them, because I thought, you know what? I'll skip it on initiative and use it if I need to. So.
Which is over to Cherry, who, for flavor's sake, and it doesn't actually do anything, you've got a bunch of these, like, rats, like, hanging off you, like, biting down onto you. What would
I
you
like
to do?
that Cleon pointed it out as it happened. I'm sorry.
What would you like to do, Cherry?
So, I think she would, like, shoot the ones stuck onto her
Just like
first.
right?
Yeah.
Go for it. They're all sort of like functionally one creature at the moment, so go for it. That'll hit. 15. Okay. And then the second hit, go ahead and roll that damage. Oh yeah, you just like toasted two more. It's like pew pew. Like I guess the ones like physically on you look. And I think you have the wherewithal to like point that away from yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Bonus action disadvantage. There you go. That's definitely enough.
Oh, no. Sorry.
No. Sorry, what?
You said it didn't hit?
I said it's definitely enough.
Oh, I thought you said, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
I think you got one more. Yes. That will unfortunately miss. So after you get rid of like the three hanging off you, and like whirl around to shoot another one, you just like you're a little too quick on it, and you miss and like fire the laser blast into the floor.
I was a little freaked out.
I mean that's fair. Armilla.
Okay, so they are okay. Just trying to clarify. Where are the majority of them? Are they on Jerry or
Probably like on the majority of them, maybe like 70% of this like cluster are like in the spaces in front of Cherry and Cleon, where the rest of them are like sharing a space with them, like nipping at their heels or what have you.
okay? Yeah, I think we're gonna start shooting at them. Yeah.
You do have disadvantage if you don't move back at least 5 feet, because they're within 5 feet of you, and you don't have close quarter shooter.
Hmm.
Up to you, though.
And this is what is this?
That's like a 2.5-foot high crate.
Like half cover.
Yeah, I'm going to jump up there and shoot from up there.
Okay. I mean, that's still not moving 5 feet away.
How is that not moving 5 feet away?
Here, does this help? Hold on. I'm gonna give you an indication of their like, effectively their space. Okay.
Okay.
Did that work? It's supposed to be square, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So you have
So
to
if
move 5 feet away from their space, not the space you were in.
Alright, so if I jump up here, can I jump backwards to this one?
Yeah, you can step over there.
Okay, and then I will shoot from there.
That is still potentially an attack of opportunity, however, so if that's what you're doing.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Unfortunately, I just don't know that you necessarily at this current juncture have a way to avoid that, except using your action to avoid that. So they're going to make that attack against you. 23. That's pretty impressive. So they do hit you. 29 piercing damage. That's
Jeez.
pretty good damage. But it's like 7 rats biting you all at once. As a reminder, because it is melee damage, half of it goes to your shields and the other half goes directly to you. However, aren't you resistant? It's under Spongiform. Your ability your racial trait Spongiform. You're resistant to something and vulnerable to something or something.
Resistant to bludgeoning, vulnerable to piercing and slashing.
Oh, good God. So that's not 29 damage. That's 58 damage.
There's also the damage reduction.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to that. I think we forgot to apply damage reduction to Cherry. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
So I believe Cherry would have taken 3 less damage, if I remember her damage reduction correctly. So it's 58 damage, which is going to be reduced by your damage reduction of, is it 2 or 3?
I don't know. I don't know
What are you wearing? Light or medium? What kind of armor do you have on?
Oh, she's not wearing armor. She's wearing
Clothing. Then it's
augmented
1 plus
clothing.
augment. Damage reduction is 1 plus augment on clothing.
Yeah.
And least damage can be reduced as 5 minus augment.
Yeah, but what is she specifically wearing? I don't remember. This is the thing I couldn't remember after last session. I was like, we need to put this in an easy to access place. Is damage reduction, so that we can find it quicker. And just whatever your guys' total damage reduction is. I think for you we put it... Oh, you are wearing combat armor. I'm mistaken. Or you have combat armor. Apologies. Which isn't augmented? It is augmented. I'm confused. Go ahead and do your attack, because you're not going to die, but you'll probably want to move more than that. You're definitely not dying, but you might want to move more than that after getting such a hefty hit on you.
Ow.
Where the heck is it? You'll definitely hit. Touches. Rapid recovery. Equipment. Yeah, you do not have written down anywhere what your damage reduction is. That needs to be solved immediately. So you're going to need to figure out where you want to write that down. I thought you augmented your armor, but I guess you didn't.
I don't remember doing it. But I don't.
No, you must have. Apologies for the delay, everyone. How do I figure this out? It's going to be like this. Just going to pop up over here, and we're going to go down here. So you're wearing light. I remember our conversation about armor, so you... What's your dex? Oh, no. Oh yeah, it's definitely a +1 augmented light armor for sure.
That would be 3 damage reduction. And same for least damage can be reduced by, or least damage can be reduced to 3.
Okay, so that's going to be this and this, and I'm going to put this over here. It's on your bio page. There's a place where you have written that you have 2 trauma kits and a rapid recovery injector. It's below that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the 58 damage is being reduced to 55, which is being divided in half. That's going to be 27. So you take 27 damage. Start with that. Well, now that that's written down, hopefully that won't be an issue in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like you... I think you got hit once in the last 2 sessions, so I guess it makes sense that it wasn't like consciously a problem. And then your shields will take 27 damage, which means 7 of it will go over. So you have no shields and you lose 7 more hit points. And you might want to, flee further. So this like veritable waterfall of rat creatures hits really, really hard, guys. Armilla, are you going to move anymore?
Did my shot do any good?
You did a little bit of damage. Sorry, thanks for that. It's 22. Yeah, I mean it. In the midst of this this wave of rat creatures, there are a handful of dead ones. Certainly. But now you know they can really mess you up, so would you like to move further away or not?
I am pretty much a chicken. I go to here. I'm trying not to use I don't want to overuse my movement.
Well, at the moment, you're... oops.
No idea.
"25 feet. You could move 5 more if you wanted."
Would that be jumping across to this one?
Yeah, I'd give you that. You can just hop on top of that.
Okay. Now, hopefully I'm far enough away. Now leave me alone.
All right, Cleon. Judging by that exchange, it seems like these things hit real hard. What do you want to do?
I mean, it's just a big mass of them. I don't know. Like, would it make? I want to attack them and I want to occupy them. So would it make sense for me to actually move deeper into the mass, like into them, or I'm just going to attack no matter what? But would it make sense for me to move into the mass, or is it not? It's just one big thing, and I should just attack it.
It's 100% up to you. That's all I'm going to say.
How about, you know what? Let's stick with something tried and true. I think I can go like here basically, and I'm not moving out of its range. So, and am I? Whether this is what I'm going to try to do. If I get flanking, that'd be great. I don't know if it'll work with this mass of creatures. But I can still attack it from there.
I will say you are unfortunately making a. Is that where you want to go?
Well, I mean, I'll go here first. And if it makes sense for me to attack it there, I'll attack there. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I'm not really wording things.
Like, you need
great.
to... the best I can give you is that in this circumstance, you do not know you need to try things. So go for it. What do you want to do?
My first thought was to basically stick close to it. So I'm going to move where I'm at right now, and I'm going to attack it.
Go for it.
And by it, I guess I mean I'm interpreting this thing as a center, you know, that this is the thing. So I'm sort of slicing toward Cherry, you know what I mean? But not, obviously, I'm not hitting Cherry. Two-handed.
I don't think you get any flanking
green.
bonus or anything,
Gotcha.
like you were asking about.
That's trying and learning.
Yeah, because you're like physically inside of it. You're not flanking it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It didn't occur to me to try it first because I thought it wouldn't, you know what I mean? But then I thought, well, might as well experiment, see what happens. So, 20 to hit whatever I'm swinging at.
That'll hit.
20, 15 slashing, 5 force.
That's damage.
And I'll swing again. 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
For 17 more damage, 13 slashing, 4 force.
Nice.
And I will go ahead and pop my shield. So I'm going to use my bonus to trigger my shield belt, which has been upgraded from a 1 to a 2 grade, so that gives me 20?
Yeah.
Instead of 10.
Okay.
And counts as that. And I think that's my turn.
Fair enough. All right. This swarm of rats seems to be like flowing over itself, like fleeing away from you guys. You can get an attack of opportunity, Cleon, because for one, you do have a melee weapon, and for two, Cherry has already used her reaction. So.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
So 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
For 18 more damage, 15 slashing, 3 force.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like they've been whittled down by quite the number. This thing scurries up over this crate. It travels up the wall and leaps off, sort of gliding down this way to the top of this crate. As it's doing so, I'm gonna have to double check a thing. But as it's doing so, 4 rattlets drop from the mass. That is...
Call an exterminator.
Oh, that's not 4. Hold on. That's 4. and it is now just like a horde of these things sitting on top of this crate. And it's at this point turned and is like facing back at you guys. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yep. So they take their turn immediately and roll their initiative at the start of the initiative order, which will be very soon. So this one's gonna move up. So these three move up to Cleon, and that one moves up to Cherry. So this one's biting Cherry. 14, I believe, is a miss, Cherry. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Then first attack against Cleon is a miss. 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 All right. Now they all roll their initiative. And I believe it's still Cherry first. Now you've got one of these tiny rats next to you, these tiny rat things, and then the whole like horde cluster of them over there on the crate, which looks pretty bloodied and battered at this stage.
I'm gonna use a risk die.
Ooh.
I mean, I assume so. I think it depends on what you're trying to do.
It's a bonus action to move up to 15 feet, reload my gun, and avoid an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So, 15 feet without provoking attack of opportunity, and that was your bonus action. Now, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot this one first.
Fair enough. That will hit. All right. You killed it.
And could I reach the swarm? Like, can I see it?
I would say you absolutely can, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my second shot on that one.
Don't remember what the range... 100? 100 is the range, so you're good. You can absolutely do that. An 11 will unfortunately be a miss.
And then, could I get on top of this one right here?
Yeah, you have enough movement to do that.
Okay.
It's a bit of a
And
climb, but, you know, and you clamber up to the top. Absolutely. So now you're standing up there, sort of like a straight, at least height-wise, like straight across to the horde of rattleds. There you go. Is that it for you then?
Yeah, it is.
All right, over to Armilla.
So we are down to 3?
A 3 and the horde that sort of like separated itself and dropped off a bunch of friends.
Well, I don't even see the horde, so...
It's right here.
Yeah, I can't move the map or anything, so I don't know. I can't find the little clippy thing. Okay, so...
The
Is that
Carmela
right?
can see everything.
5, 10,
From
15,
where you're
20, 25, 30, 35. So I should be able to shoot that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I think I'd rather... I will go shoot that.
That'll hit. Damage dealt.
That's all I ask.
Nice.
All right, Cleon. From unfortunate initiative order stuff, this guy's going to try and bite you again. How's an 18 do?
That's a miss.
All right, then it's your turn.
I will attack the one who just tried to bite me.
Hey, get off my ankles, you little bastard.
Yeah. Two-handed. 14 to hit.
That is a miss. It sort of like hops to the side. It's big old floppy glide ears, like flipping on top of its head.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cute if it wasn't literally trying to eat you.
I guess I will attack it again with my second attack. See if I do better this time. 24 to hit. Ooh, not great damage though.
That'll absolutely hit, and that will deal with it.
8 slashing, 3/4.
They're not much of anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that initial AoE proved that. Okay, that's action. I don't know why, but something makes me want to go here, and then I'm not doing a bonus, so that's Cleon's turn.
Fair enough. All right.
Probably bad instinct, but I just felt like moving there.
This one's the swarm is jumping down and gliding, dropping into Cleon's space, and because their ability is to attack 2 targets within its space, that means you're only 1 target, so you're the only target, which means 1 attack, not 2. They miss.
Nice.
Just a bunch of little teeth like gnawing at your heels. All right, these 2 guys right in front of you are going to make their attacks. Even if, which is debatable, they had flanking, they would still miss. So Cherry, Cleon in his very statuesque posture, just like standing up, is like covered in these rats trying to bite him, and it's just like nothing's happening. What do you want to do, Cherry?
I'm gonna shoot the horde.
Go for it. That's a hit. Not stellar damage, but damage. Second attack. That's a hit. Looking pretty rough. Yeah, that's a hit. All right, there's this like chorus of like squeaks as the horde collapses, and in its space remain. So basically, you've killed the vast majority of them, but there are still exactly 4 left in that space. Who don't get to roll initiative until the top of the turn order, so what do you want to do? Got 1 attack left. Go for it.
Left one.
Hit. Dropped him.
Nice.
You can definitely sorry, go ahead.
Wow, sorry, my volume turned way up. I was just saying I'm staying on my crate.
Fantastic. With this whole exchange, you guys can definitely see why a couple of miners could not handle this many rattlets. Makes perfect sense. Armilla, what would you like to do? As a reminder, you can, and this actually, I should have said this for Cherry as well, but I think she wanted to attack. You can turn your shield back on as a bonus action. It has a limited amount of shields that it can provide in a day, but you can still do so.
Right. I realize that, but we just got here and I already have used up my shield. I don't like that.
But hey, worst comes to worst, you activate it and you don't get hit. It lasts pretty much indefinitely, you know? So.
Yeah, no, I will go ahead and turn it back on.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what happened to the big group?
It got reduced to just like 3 guys now. There's just 3 left.
Okay.
That is 3 that were like specifically from the big group, and then Cherry like basically shot down like 6 or 7 of them, and then there were only 3 left. Is pretty much what happened.
Okay, but there's nobody this direction anymore?
No. They're over here now.
That's what I thought. So I will start with this guy.
Go for it. I'm going to give you your temp HP back. There you go.
I sure hope shooting it doesn't attract more.
That'll hit. That'll kill it. You're definitely feeling the significantly more aggressive and won't run away, unlike, you know, common Earth rats.
Correct.
So that killed that one. Would you like to stay where you are?
Yes.
All right. Cleon.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy.
Go for it.
28 to hit. See if I can roll above minimum damage like last time. Hey, 18 damage.
That'll drop him.
I will swing around and attack the guy on the other side. And crit him for a whole heck of a lot of splatter damage.
That just vaporizes him. There's nothing left.
Yeah, 31.
There's
just
not
slice him in half.
There's not fur. There's not bones. The blood is vaporized. That guy is disintegrated.
I guess I'll. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'll just stay there and end my turn. I don't know if anybody's got any AoE tricks that I don't want to get in the way. I was going to take a step forward, but I would slice one side, slice the other side, and then just hold my sword like a samurai.
Fair enough. All right, they can finally roll initiative, and they're probably not going to make it to their initiative. Over to Cherry. The crate top sniper. Go. What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna keep trying to get rid of rats.
Fantastic. That'll hit.
Oops.
Oh yeah, it wasn't at disadvantage, but that's fine. That's definitely a hit. You dropped him. Second one. Speaking of vaporization, he's gone, dusted, nothing left.
That's technically back-to-back nat 20s.
It's pretty great.
The disadvantage 28.
That was the last one. It seems you guys have cleared this place out, but it's probably worth double checking. Quick comment, because I want to. These cute little guys were made by Morbid Heart Designs, literally 5 years ago for Space Junk. So thanks for that. If you don't know who that is, go check her stuff out. Moving on.
Yeah. All right, I'll make it smell like peaches and vanilla again.
To sort of dampen
smell.
the rat smell. You guys are literally in a pile of alien rats. Like, there's like at least 60 just like all around you guys right now.
Maybe we should vent the air to the cargo hold out in this space. If the crates were locked down.
They're pretty tore up. Oh, you mean like physically attached to the ground? They are not.
Yeah.
They're also
just have
pretty tore
to,
up, so anything in them might get pulled out too.
I don't know.
I think if there's anything that this event teaches you, it's that in numbers, even rats can tear through steel.
Yeah.
Which might be a little disconcerting for those of you made of not flesh. But
Yeah,
probably
that's crazy.
not. Would you guys like to give me some perception checks as you guys sort of do like you're double checking? Are they gone? In fact,
Yeah.
did we get all of them? If you want, you guys can instead just take like 10 minutes to do that, and we'll just do whatever your passive perception is.
That works too. Mine is 21.
Speaking of,
There you go.
yeah, you guys do find a rat's nest with a number of like little rattled babies that you have to decide what to do with. But that is up to you.
I think that's the xenobiologist's decision.
Yeah. Xenobiologist who nearly got bit in half. What would you like to do?
Yeah, is everybody okay, technically? I mean, are we okay? Does anybody need some healing?
Like, if you guys had to go and fight again,
right,
you might be concerned, but to your knowledge, you do not have to do that.
Okay.
Well, we don't know that there aren't more of these somewhere else here.
No, that's what the perception check just was. It was
found
making
babies.
sure that there were no more.
Yeah, no more here in this area.
I see what you're
They
saying.
had
I understand what you're saying. I'm giving you that there are no more.
Okay.
You guys just spent time searching.
Okay.
And looking
And
around.
the biologist in me is going to say they had to have come from somewhere.
You could ask.
They are.
Would you like to perform an investigation to see if you can identify where they came from?
Yeah, if they are not native to this area, then or not native to this.
This is an asteroid mining facility. They're not native here.
Right, so they probably got brought in by some shipment.
I imagine you're saying all this out loud, which leads to Merlin's question.
I was going to say, can I assist? Can I help and give advantage to whatever role Armilla's going to do?
I don't think Armilla's technically an investigator, so I think she's sort of offering this up to the group as this could have happened.
Right, and there could be other nests as well. So what would I roll?
If you would like to roll investigation, you can. And other people can do so separately. It sounds like you guys are investigating on your own. I mean, not terrible.
No, not terrible at all.
I'd say the 220s definitely find out that there was a much smaller nest that is kind of, I guess the easiest term is like abandoned inside the back, like all the way at the back of one of the crates, like under, what seems to be at one point was a box of like preserved like food rations, and is now just decimated.
Okay, so that's probably where they came from. Okay. All right.
So it might be with that. It might be with that revelation. It might be worth telling them that they came from their one of their food shipments, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the origin of the crate. Are the babies like alive babies?
Yes.
Like living beings. So I guess Armella knows what to do with them.
Potentially.
Or what we should do with them.
How many of them are there?
6.
Well, they're not going to help in what I'm studying.
Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel about them? Like, what do you want to do with them? Something to ponder?
I don't think it's worth the risk of them, escaping and making more of them, and I think they need to be gotten rid of.
They are widely considered to be a pretty terrible vermin.
Yeah.
So they should be eradicated.
Yes.
I mean, at least from places they definitely shouldn't be like this.
Correct.
Okay. If that's made clear to Cleon, and he'll just, without hesitation, do whatever's necessary.
Fair
There you
enough.
Stomp them out. Whatever. I don't know. I don't want to picture it, honestly.
Fair enough.
Oh,
So it sounds like you guys have cleared this area out of the Rattlets, and you would need to go report that task to this, what was his name? Onik Pull?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Onik Pull? I think it was Onik. Onik Pull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's just, like, waiting in the hallway for the last 3 minutes. Actually, it's probably 15 at this point, because he spent the time looking around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have goopy yuck all over us, but we're just gonna go out and shake his hand.
Yeah, he's just sort of like standing there, like just like fiddling with his like mining jumpsuit. He's just like fiddling with it. And you guys come out, and he's like, yes. Well, how did it go? You look quite a bit messier than when you went in.
Messier.
Can I assume that's the job done then?
Yes, we are done.
Cleon just nods, yeah.
Right. I was told that one of you was going to check out the hydroponics garden and ensure that they did not interfere with its functionality, as we have not been able to enter that room. And he like points past to the opposite side. There's a sealed door over there. We have not been able to head there since the infestation began, so we don't actually know the status.
Hmm.
We're going to tell him that they came in one of their shipments of food.
Right.
So that's how they got it.
Well, I believe we will certainly be changing providers.
Yeah, Cleon will point out
No, whenever
there's a
you get
mess.
something from somewhere else, search it.
We can certainly do that as well.
That's
It
just
has been
safety.
quite an awful few weeks.
Mm.
What were you going to do, Cleon?
It just mentioned that there's a mess. Somebody needs to clean up a lot of dead rats in there.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I've heard you say it over and over again. I just call them rats.
They're Rattled.
Rattled. There's a bunch of dead Rattled. And I mean a bunch.
He like leans in and he's like, "Oh my!"
Mm-hmm. You'll need a broom.
You'll need a broom.
I don't think we have one big enough for all that. We'll get it sorted. Thank you.
All right. Hydroponics bay.
Yes.
Did they say that I couldn't tell whether it was that they haven't visited the hydroponics bay yet, or that they're locked out. Are they locked out, or
They haven't been able to get to it, was the exact phrase used.
Okay. Because I was just, if it's locked out, Cleon might be able to unlock it. Otherwise, we should, I guess we're just going to investigate.
Yeah.
Not hydroponics.
Yeah, you guys can head to that room. I should say, you guys head to that room,
Mm-hmm.
and Onik sort of like, I want to say like skitters around the pile of dead Rattled. No, it's in here. It's this door over here that's sort of like half visible. It's not a door. It's like this hall.
Okay.
And he sort of like skitters down past them and opens the door for you guys. And other than looking a little overgrown, it looks fine. It doesn't look like the rattlets made it in here. It looks more like they couldn't get past the rattlets to get in here.
Okay.
But our Armilla was asked to ensure everything is functional, so we can give her the moment to do that. But it doesn't look like there's any more battles occurring.
Okay.
So it's just it's basically just Cleon, Cherry, and Onik just like watching Armilla like checking everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cherry would want to see all the minerals they have. So I guess she would ask if she could check them out.
Yeah, Onik turns to you and he goes, I'm certain that there's well, to be honest, I don't know what might be interesting to you, but I can certainly take you to where our latest mineral hauls are, and there might be something there that interests you. Please follow me. Yeah, and he will take you to that like mineral processing room that they have. And you can sort of just spend a couple minutes in there just like looking over everything they have. I think just because you're going to take time to do this rather than need to roll, what is your... This is an investigation. You're like investigating. You're looking at the different mineral samples and the rocks and things. So what would your investigation be? What is your modifier?
2.
2? Okay. I don't think you find anything... I mean, I feel like you find some things of interest, but it's not, like, new. It's just like, you know, oh, that's a fun-looking, you know, iteration of this particular stone, but it's not new. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think... while I don't think you find anything particularly interesting, you do find some, you know, something. Over to Armilla, can we also have you in the same manner? Let me know what your investigation modifier is.
It is
4.
8.
Should be +4. That's what you're... If you hover over the roll for the investigation, you know, it's a +4 intelligence.
Oh, it's definitely the total of what the skill would be. And the skill includes the intelligence, so it's the total, so it's the 8.
Oh, okay. I thought you were literally asking for the intelligence. Never mind.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just be either the intelligence or the proficiency. Whereas investigation is the combination thereof. But anyway, so you got an 8. That's pretty good. It does take you an extended, like, I think you find it sort of like closer at the end, and it's not like damage. It's one of those things where you're like looking at this thing to see if it's damaged, and you realize that there's kind of a design flaw in this like pop-up do-it-yourself hydroponics system that they... You're aware this exists. Like this it's literally a hydroponic system in a crate. Here's the instructions to set it up. And basically, the flaw in the system causes the roots to grow into the drainage system. Basically, 100% guarantee. So eventually, the roots will always clog the drainage system. Always. It's I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to try and fix that or even mention that, but it's not damage. It's just eventually the roots will clog the drainage system and they have to clear it out, which if they cut back too much of the roots, it could damage the plant and the plants will die, and then that's a whole problem.
Yeah. So I will write that up for them so that they know.
Know how to deal with it when the time comes. Fair enough.
Yes.
All right. I think after both of you were sort of done examining your respective sections, you guys sort of meet back up in the hallway on the way back to the ship. It's been maybe an hour and a half since you guys got here. I think as you guys are going back through, you see that like the rattlelids have all been like scooped into an empty crate. But you guys, keep moving on. There's like a little cleaner bot like scrubbing the whole place because it's filthy. There's a little cleaner bot like Space Roomba just like going through and like scrubbing everything. It like flips up and like sticks to the wall and starts like scrubbing up the wall. Great little inventions, really. Just don't give it a knife, trust me. But you guys sort of I think you guys get back to the ship as like Xylos isn't there unloading everything. I'm forgetting a name at the moment. Apologies, you can remind me in like 2 seconds. But I believe the captain, so Captain Black, and whomever the foreman is, as well as the quartermaster, are sort of there, like having a conversation in the cargo bay. And I don't remember what the quartermaster's name was.
Dresden.
Dresden, yeah.
Yeah.
So up to you, but if you want, you can give like sort of like a very, very like brief overview of what Dresden looks like.
Dresden, it looks basically like an evolved humanoid praying mantis. So he's got kind of basically humanoid legs. The feet are nobody would know it because they're in boots, but so that basically from the waist down he's a human, but he's got essentially 4 arms, 2 smaller arms on his torso that are really too small to hold any kind of weapon or anything like that. Maybe they could hold a potion, but that's about it. Then, humanoid arms. Again, he is never. You don't see him naked, so you don't see that he's any different underneath his clothes. But so he just looks humanoid. You don't necessarily know whether he's any more insectoid. But you can definitely tell from the head that he's got a praying mantis head. So he's got giant green eyes and whatnot. And maybe some people. He's been on the. So Armilla will know, for instance, that when he's in his full armor, he's head to toe in the armor because that's the kind of he's an armorer, I think is what it's called.
Armorer. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually can pop wings out that are normally hidden and sort of flat against his back, but he can fly. So he has wings, and he can actually cling to walls as well. And other than that, I mean, I kind of picture him when he's out of armor and just in civilian clothing, very much like, like smuggler sort of
attire.
Han Solo sort of, just kind of leisure wear or whatever.
Casual wear.
That's about it.
I think is the word you're looking for. So Dresden, Captain Black, and the foreman are sort of like ending this conversation, and you catch like the tail end of it being something about Dresden remarking about whatever food supply company this is. You guys don't really get the full bit of the conversation, but Dresden remarking that they've kind of been known for not paying attention to what's extra in their crates and stuff. And then the conversation sort of breaks up, and Dresden, I imagine, acknowledges all of you and heads back into the ship. And Captain Black is, he just, open arms. He's like, well, I'd like to think that went pretty well. How are we all feeling? We all wrapped up and good to head out. This is after you've given them the little documentation and everything.
I think we're ready.
And I think it's entirely up to Cherry if she grabbed a rock sample.
Oh, she definitely did.
Yeah, just like a you know, a particularly interesting but relatively common like rock sample type of thing, like some
Yes,
sort of
but
gemstone or something.
Hmm.
would I have healed anything? Since that was like half my hit points, would I have healed anything? Would I have, or do I need to take something?
You don't need to take anything. Do not. You're fine.
Yeah, all right.
We're wrapping up. We're leaving. We're leaving this world.
Good.
I guess there's an argument to be made that like you were doing light work, you were just looking at stuff. You could have used some hit dice to heal, but you don't need to. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Okay.
So I think you guys pile in, and like these 3 massive crates of food are now gone, and all that's left is like 2 massive crates of food and a fairly large crate of seeds. To take to the other like mining base that's about a week away. So I imagine you guys like disperse as the ship's leaving, and you're heading off to your various places. Like I don't know if Cherry's gonna go put that sample on a shelf or what,
Yeah.
or if Armilla's gonna go to the doctor and be like, hey, can you give me a Band-Aid or whatever. That's totally up to you guys, but the sort of the ship does like leave, and we sort of like fade to black for the moment as we're going to go on break, and we'll be back in like 10 to 15-ish minutes. It's a little bit early, but I think this is the best place to do that. And yeah, so I'll start the music back up, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and hopefully it won't be more than 10-15 minutes. We'll see y'all in a bit.
Okay.
Later. Alright, I'll be back in a few.
All right.
Alrighty, folks. We all here.
I'm here.
Yep.
Okie dokie. As a reminder, before we get started on the second half of this, it's going to have been about a week, so everybody will have had a long rest and everything will be restored and what have you.
Okay.
But I think we're just waiting on Liz.
Okay. Good to go.
Alrighty. Ba-da-ba-ba. And we are back, everyone. Hello, hello. We return to roughly a week later, as you guys are docking, as your ship is docking with, sorry, as your ship is docking with a second mining station. This one is definitely of like a fundamentally completely different design. I imagine for some of you, probably not Cleon, the thought crosses your minds about a lot of these layouts like probably being like different companies that made the structure, right? Not even just like different mining company, but like construction company even. And it sort of just like, vaguely crosses your mind as the ship pulls in and docks. And Captain Black comes up over the intercom. This time he's requesting Xylos. I'm forgetting names. Hold, please. Xylos, Armilla, and Cherry to come to the cargo bay, who arrive. And Xylos, sorry, and Captain Black is standing there. And he looks to the three of you, and he says, just as before, Xylos with the lifter bots, you'll be unloading. And he motions towards the stack of food crates and the seed crate beside it, and then he turns to Armilla and says, you'll be checking out their hydroponics bay, much the same. In this instance, however, they did, as previously mentioned, have the bout with horrid wilting, so their entire hydroponics area should be ensured that it has been completely like cleansed and wiped, and you're doing all new everything. So your task is primarily to ensure that it's been cleaned out properly, and that they can do that without the fear of horrid wilting returning. And then he turns to Cherry and he says, I caught wind that you were interested in checking out mineral samples, so I went ahead and asked beforehand. There will be someone to escort you to where they keep their minerals, and you can check that out. But this should just be a very quick and simple job. And the door, like the cargo bay door, just like slams open, and the two of you head off with the different individuals showing each of you where the hydroponics and the mineral sampling area are. And then the foreman steps on to join Captain Black for discussion. And a not insignificant number of people, much like before, although you guys had sort of left at this point, like 10 people file on to go get food. Captain Black hadn't made a mention of it this time, but he seems pretty unfussed, so you're assuming that's what's happening. It makes sense, because that had been what happened before. I will say, Cleon, you are not involved in this at the moment. So you're off, like, in, whatever tactical area you are. I imagine probably just being the security officer that you are, it crosses your minds and you head down to the galley at some point to sort of just, like, check out who's there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not, like, actively doing anything of import, so you're there and checking out the situation.
Gotcha.
As you're sort of there, Armilla, you arrive in the hydroponics area, and I mean, your reaction to this is entirely up to you. When you arrive, most of the plants are dead, which is to be expected with the horrid wilting, but they were supposed to be cleared out when you got here. Somebody didn't do their job. And, like, behind and beside you is this little rat folk guy who's, like, looking up at you, and he's just like, well, are you gonna fix it?
Why are the dead still here?
He sort of, like, tilts his head to the side, and he looks up at you, and he goes, "Are we supposed to do something about that? I didn't get that memo."
Really?
And he, like, sort of looks, like, around, like, real shiftily, and then he grabs like a little spade, and he goes, "Well, I guess I'll help you." And he steps forward, and he's like, "Just tell me what to do." Which, on one hand, is, nice that he's willing to do the work, but also, why wasn't it done beforehand?
Right.
And we head over to Cherry. You find yourself in a significantly smaller room than the last time. There are 4, like, fairly large, like, maybe 6 foot wide, 10 feet long, storage crates, that are open, or storage chests, I should say, that are open and filled, like, to the brim with mineral samples. However, the other thing that you notice is that this isn't like a mineral storage room. This is an airlock. So you sort of get this, like, twinge in the back of your mind of something strange going on here. However, you kind of almost immediately get distracted with all of the, like, assortment of minerals here. It's not just whereas previously it could be described as it was just the random rocks and stuff that were excess from their mining, but in here you also have other things like like fully like realized and like pulled from the rock face, like full like crystals and full minerals, like full on like ore chunks, if you will, as if these were like finished, processed, and now they're here, like someone needed room somewhere else. But but at least for the moment, you're quite distracted by looking at, oh, that's a pretty nice crystal. Why is that here?
Sorry, could you say that last bit?
But for the moment, you're pretty well distracted with, oh, that's a really nice crystal. Why is that here?
Okay.
And you're sort of like just looking at them, and for the moment, the door, the door to the access shaft, like hallway, is open, and there's the guy standing there, sort of looking at you, and he goes, "The boss said you can take whatever you can carry. Said we had a particularly good haul this last week, despite the situation." Which again seems strange. But as the minutes like tick on, and there's like these 10 people, 12 people, that is to indicate 2 more joined, in the galley, just eating away. Cleon, I keep forgetting your name. I don't know why. You've been in here at least 10 minutes, like watching these people, and there are a few like behaviors that strike you as very strange, and then your radio clicks on. It's very low. It's very quiet, as if someone is whispering, and you hear Captain Black. He says, "Get the grunts to watch them in the galley. Something's not right. Go check on Armilla and Cherry."
Okay, so the grunts are with me in the galley, or
No, he's telling you to go get them and tell them to go to the galley and watch these people.
Gotcha. And I'm in the galley right now, right?
Yeah, currently.
Gotcha.
And I think as he says that like final word, you hear a hey, and then the radio cuts out.
Like in his voice or someone else's voice?
Somebody else's voice. A different voice said hey. You have your orders, and you know Captain Black is quite capable. What do you do?
Follow the orders, unhesitatingly. So, do I know where the grunts are?
Oh yeah.
Or, I guess can I radio them?
So you try to radio them, and you do sort of get a hold of them, but it's like very staticky, and you feel like you could deliver the instructions, but you might have to repeat them 2 or 3 times, which could be faster than running to where they are in the ship and then running back. And
right. If I'm going to be running. If they're in the same direction as everybody else, I'm going to be moving toward everybody. Otherwise, I'm moving toward Armilla and Cherry while I'm calling them and giving them the instructions multiple times.
Imagine it's like this, right? Armilla and Cherry are out the cargo, right? Out this way. The grunts are way up here on the 3rd deck.
Other direction.
Yeah. Like literally 200 feet in the other direction.
Gotcha. I will be walking toward Armilla and Cherry, radioing the grunts. If I don't have any confidence that they hear me, I'm going to try to get to the grunts first.
I think
and give them the, running basically. Like if I don't get any response from them, I'll run toward the grunts.
So so this is what happens. You're heading out the car. You're heading towards the cargo bay to leave out the back to get to where Armilla and them are. You
Yes.
radio the grunts the first time, and there doesn't seem to be a response. You radio them the second time, and the twins are like responding back, and it's very clear that they're like not getting the message. And then the third time, you hear the voice of Anzo, who just responds, "Understood."
Okay, I'll presume that they're on it, that they got the message,
It certainly seems that way.
and factor in that the captain may have even gotten orders to them. So I'll now pick up the pace and book it toward the closer of the two, Cherry or Armilla.
That's going to at least you're definitely getting the idea that things are weird, right? So the best way to phrase it is, at least according to what you've been told, Armilla is closer.
Okay. Yes. And that makes sense anyway. I think Cherry's perhaps more armored, but either way, Armilla is the target or the destination.
Sure. Give me
And I will dash, every turn, basically. So I'll be running.
I'm trying to do a thing in Roll20. It's not letting me. Roll20, please. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever. Okay. So I imagine like you're stepping off the ship as Xylos is at this point nowhere in sight. He seems to have finished his task. Not that surprising. He had less to offload technically. And the lifter bots are like in their like stations on either side of the doors. So if the door's here, they're like in pairs, like charging, sort of like on either side of the cargo bay door. As you're walking out, you're like on the last step to step out, and the cargo bay door starts to close. You sort of like tumble out like at your destination, right? Like you're now in the base. You sort of tumble out and like land, but the door closes behind you. Again, you have a task that you've been assigned. Your people are on the ship still. It's not time to worry yet. So let's cut over to Armilla. About 5 minutes ago, you and this like little rat folk fellow left the hydroponics to go get supplies to clear this out from the like landing bay, right? And you're
we went to get trash bags and hose.
More or less. So you're both there, and it took you like you left about 5 minutes ago. It took you like 2 minutes of walking to get back there, and you've been going through this crate for like the last 3 minutes. When you see this like shadow sort of like looming over you. Let me do this. Hold please. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, you see this shadow looming over you. And I think technically advantage. I'm pretty sure a 23 hits you.
Pretty sure.
This little tiny rat man takes a shovel and smacks you in the back of the head.
Oh, jeez.
However, you are resistant. You are resistant to bludgeoning damage. So I don't think 2 damage does anything to you because you reduce it to 1. He smacks you in the back of the head, and you like fully stand up and look at him, and he's like, "I really thought that would work." And then you see the cargo bay of the ship like shut. and we cut over to we cut over to Cherry. This was about, I want to say a minute ago. What is your perception, Cherry? Your passive perception, excuse me.
12.
That's also 12. Okay. So I don't know that you noticed the particulars, but suddenly you just see the door shut. And then almost immediately after it shuts, you see the door in deeper into the mine just start to open, just like, and it's like giving the warning, the like low oxygen warning, is like oxygen is being like sucked out of the room rapidly.
Oh.
So like, what is your first reaction? What do you do?
Well, in my... I don't know. I don't think this would help, but in the description of the TL,
Oh, the teal,
it
yeah.
says that I take pills to be able to live in lower, like not low oxygen places, but lower than my home.
Right, yeah,
So
you
I
take
like
the
check
supplements.
for those.
Oh, yeah, in the hopes that, like, taking extra might, like, give you a little longer?
Yeah.
For sure. So I imagine you, like pull those out, and you, like, throw a handful of those into your mouth, and like, in your panic, do you, like, take the whole remaining bottle?
I don't think so, but
Just
maybe
more.
more than I should.
Fair enough. Right. So let's do it this way. Make a Constitution save. You're pretty constitution-y. All right. So, maybe after 15 seconds, you sort of like drop to one knee. You're like severely nauseous. You feel your stomach churning. There's like a fiery pit being bored into your stomach, and you like you feel like you're going to vomit, and it's like you can't seem to keep the like extra, like the excess pills down. It's just too much for you at this exact juncture, and you throw up those extra pills. So I imagine like you turn and like, you know, sort of pull yourself up from that moment, and you're looking around. Things are like the whole room is starting to like shake, and like the smaller objects are being like pulled towards the airlock. Looking around, you see the sealed door, and you know the airlock doors are much thicker than interior doors. But you also see like a computer terminal next to you. You also finally have your radio. Is there anything else you want to do?
Could I, like, as I'm running to the computer, radio to see if anybody's near?
Yeah, you can hit the radio. It's like a lot of static and a lot of like there's interference going on, and you keep cycling the different like individual channels trying to get different people, and after like messing with the terminal and trying to get this thing to open, and failing for like 30 seconds straight, and like cycling the different communication lines of communication, you eventually get through to like it's a very it's still very staticky, but you can hear Captain Black, who sounds like he's in a fight, but you can talk to him. He's like, who's there?
I think she would just say, Cherry, they opened the airlock on me.
His response is, Right. Hold on tight. Get to you as soon as we can. And then I think you hear like a final like shot of an old like an old Earth revolver, and the thud of a body, and then the communication line clicks off, and we cut to Armilla and Cleon. Cleon, you sort of fully stood up, and you see this little rat folk guy with a shovel menacing Armilla. Everyone, including Cherry, please roll initiative. You're not on the right page. I apologize. One moment. Now you're on the right page. I don't think Cherry can see herself. That is probably temporary, but roll initiative, please. This guy's here.
Wow. Why is it blue?
I have no clue, but it's kind of neat. Oh, it's blue because she got a natural 20 and a natural 1 while having advantage. That's cool. I've never seen that before.
Seen that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Cherry, so you're in this room. It's been at least a full minute. You are starting to actually suffocate. There's such a low amount of oxygen in here, and you need so much. And you lost a lot vomiting, to be perfectly honest. So you were told to hold on tight. What do you do?
Well, would I be able to try the computer, or is the air like going to suck me out if I try that?
I think you could try the computer. What would you like to try to do?
Open the door.
It's like you have to hold on to it. Hold on to the computer terminal, but you can try. So you're sort of like with one hand like trying a bunch of different things, and you flip it to like open the door, and the door starts like and it's clearly jammed on something. So they have somehow jammed the door shut.
On the other side?
On the other side, correct.
In that case, I'm going to look for something stable, or at least heavier than me, to rest behind.
So you want to taking the context of that, you want to wedge yourself between like the terminal and one of these chests, one of which is solidly placed and the other is very heavy, and sort of like try and stay there and just maintain your breathing.
Yeah.
And sort of like limit your oxygen. What is it? Not intake, outtake, I guess. Output. That is Cherry. This rat folk pirate, realizes the shovel did literally nothing, drops the shovel, and just goes, screw it. And he pulls out an antimatter pistol and is going to make an attack against you. It's going to be at disadvantage. I don't think a 12 hits Armilla. Armilla's 16, I think. So he like takes the shot and it just like zoom, like past your head and like hits a shovel and disintegrates it.
Why are you shooting at me?
Like hearing that first bit of weapons fire, this guy charges forward from over here. Crap, where can he go? Hold on. He's going to jump up here. He sees both Armilla. No, he doesn't see Cleon because these are very tall crates. So he just sees Armilla, and he like kicks open the crate before jumping on it, grabs an antimatter rifle, and jumps on top of the crate as he kicks it closed. So he's going to take a shot at Armilla as well, not currently seeing Cleon. But Cleon, you see all this weapons fire going towards Armilla.
Gotcha.
20, I believe, hits.
Yeah, it would be an owie.
25 necrotic damage, which, as previously established, is reduced by 3. I suppose, like, unless you willingly stopped the belt from activating when this guy swung a shovel at you,
No,
you have your shields up.
Yeah.
But this just, like, destroys your shields, so you have no shields. And you lose 2 hit points. And that is accounting for your damage reduction. Armilla, it's your turn. You're getting shot at. There's this little rat man that tried to smack you with a shovel. What are you doing?
Well, it's not like I have a weapon on me, right? Because
I feel like you would have definitely brought your weapon. I think you would have at least your smallest weapon at the minimum.
I would have probably at least had my I want to call it a dagger. That's not what it is.
Your phase blade, but you definitely would have had your pistol. Like, I think, I guess it hadn't been discussed, but it would just be standard practice to always be armed.
Okay.
Now, you might not, I don't know if you have one, carry around your AFE, which is questionably legal, but depending on where you go, but you would at least have the laser pistol.
No. No. You shot at me.
I like you turn and say that you shot at me, and he's like, no hard feelings, needs your ship.
Oh. Then you're trying to take the wrong ship. I could have sworn I hit it.
Oh, it didn't go off. You might want to maybe hit it again.
That's weird. Come here. There it goes.
Ooh, that's a misfire. You're going to need to roll a d20 for advanced machining. And if you get a 4 or above, it does not misfire. This would be a really bad time for it to misfire. All right, no misfire, but you do miss. So it's like a pew up into the sky. It's a beacon for Cleon. Speaking of which, unless Armilla wants to move, it's Cleon's turn.
Okay, someone is shooting at me as well.
I think you can look over and just see the other guy. And I think you immediately recognize it as he's like a heavily cybernetic human. And he's the one that took Cherry off to the mineral samples.
So, would I know if backing up one step behind this would put me by, so you'd have harder time to shoot at me?
Yeah, I think you would feel like that would do that. And you're also at least vaguely aware this guy now has a pistol in his hand, not a shovel. If he takes an attack of opportunity, it's going to be less effective, significantly.
Right. Right. So, yeah, I will just scoot back one.
So I was interpreting you wanted to be like here-ish. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why it popped.
Or do you want to go like back to the wall kind of thing?
Yeah, to the wall would be good.
Fantastic. He will take an attack of opportunity, but he's going to totally miss. Not that it would have done much if it hit. We're over to Cleon. What would you like to do? This like at minimum, the guy that you're looking at that was just shooting at Armilla does not seem to notice you.
Right.
And you definitely
Be-
heard the "Sorry, we need your ship."
Right. Well, before I literally move here, if I were to move there, is it obvious that the crate next to me is blocking? Like, if I were to move there, would I presume that the person that shot, that I saw shooting, is not going to see me, and I don't see them still?
Correct.
Okay, then I am going to move there.
They're like 8 to
I'm
10
gonna-
foot tall crates, and you're close enough to it that they wouldn't be able to see over it to see you.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 20 feet, and then I'm gonna lightning lure the rat man,
Fantastic.
which
I can't remember if that's an attack roll first.
it's a DC 17 strength save, and if they fail, good
Damn.
things happen. Okay, well, I will finish my turn by using the last 10 feet to get over here. Is that close enough to attack him? He's kind of on across.
Like, I'd say so.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go there, even if the guy can see me. You know, plan A failed, plan B, and I have one more attack because that was a cantrip, and my war magic allows me to attack one more time. So two-handed blade, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Awesome. 19 total damage, 13 slashing, 6 force.
So minus 2, 17. Okay, and because of melee, it's divided, so... Alright, damage. Alright,
Quick question about action surge. I've already cast a cantrip. Does that make any more spells this turn off limits? Basically.
Wish you had asked this sooner.
Sorry.
Hold on. Like, I think I know the answer. I'm pretty sure you're fine. Because you cast a cantrip, you can cast a spell.
Okay.
The specific, like, action surge being the reason is the same as, like, you know, quicken spell being the reason. Like, it's the same scenario.
Right.
You can just, like, cast a leveled spell and a cantrip. That's it.
Right. I appreciate that, and I didn't mean to you know, throw that in there. I'm actually... Then I also have to weigh out whether I want to cast one spell or get 2 attacks. So, I think I am going to go ahead and use my action surge this turn and go ahead, but I'm just going to go ahead and take 2 attacks. I think my two-handed attack is probably the best thing. So that's action surge, and then same rat guy, 19 to hit for 13 more damage, 9 slashing, 4 force.
Sorry, math. So, all right, damage.
Okay, is he looking?
Sorry, I missed the first one. I only did the second one. Yeah, he looks pretty rough.
Okay, like I don't know. In real life, I would be wondering whether he's wincing in pain, like he looks like he's gonna run away, but I probably can't tell that in the midst of combat.
I mean, all that happened in like 2 seconds, so I don't think you would even be able to tell yet.
Right, exactly. Well, I guess I get one more attack, right?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Action surge, yeah. So this is the second, and I'm just gonna two-handed blade again. So 19 again for, I guess I'll try hitting it again. Roll 20. Didn't want to take it the first time. Okay, there we go. 16, 13 slashing.
Yeah. I will give you a heads up. I had accidentally subtracted one of the other attacks twice, thinking that it was the third attack. So you definitely did damage, but now he's looking bad. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. And I want to say something quippy, but I'm on the spot and I can't think of anything. So basically, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't say anything. can't think of it. That's the way it goes.
All right. At the start of the next round, which is also Cherry's turn, Cherry, you get a message from like a radio message from Captain Black. He says, "Flip your radio to transmit."
I just listen immediately.
Yeah, I like you would know how to do that. Like you guys were taught on how these little like radios that are like clipped to your clothing, like how they function. So you just flip it to transmit, and we'll get to what happens next after that. But you have you spent your action to do that. So now you're wedged in this corner. You're sort of bundled up. And now your radio's on transmit, and I imagine you're still you're now holding your radio tight in your hand at this point. All right. This little ratfolk pirate is going to I think he just is going for like a panicked scramble. So it's going to be an attack of opportunity for you, Cleon. As he just turns and runs, and assuming, Oh, right. Sorry, he does a bonus action to reactivate his shields, and then turns and runs.
I'm going to let him go. I'm going to save my reaction for a potential shield.
So he whirls around. He's going to shoot at you with the antimatter pistol. Cleon.
He's shooting at me. Okay.
Jesus. All right, he's going to have to see about that misfire. No misfire. Okay. But he's like now he looks scared and frustrated, but like he's trying to kill you.
Mm.
So you don't get the indication that he's going to flee.
Gotcha.
All right, this guy over here is going to shoot at you with the antimatter rifle now that he can't see Armilla. 22 to hit Cleon.
Yeah, I'll pop the shield on that.
Just and this blast of antimatter just pings into the shield and dissipates. Over to Armilla. At the start of your turn, Armilla, you hear your radio click on. It's still very well, I guess Armilla, you didn't know this before because you hadn't tried contacting anyone. But Captain Black, Captain Black's voice comes through. It's very distorted, but you can understand him, and he says, "They're venting the airlock with Cherry in it. Go get her now." You are muted if you're unaware, Mothership. And it is your turn. And you, unlike Cleon, did see where they took Cherry. So you know that it is the door over here.
That direction, okay. But I don't know that Cleon's there either.
You can definitely see him now.
Oh, I can see him now?
Yeah, he moved up. So you can see him now.
Okay. And I yell at Cleon, "We got to get Cherry." And can I sprint?
If I can respond in any way, I'll just say go.
Yeah, so he says go. Yeah. So I imagine you're gonna move and then action dash, right?
Yes.
So knowing where it is, you can probably get to here this round.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see where I'm indicating.
Well, I can't move my screen. I don't have the little...
It doesn't... I keep forgetting that it doesn't let you. I'm so sorry. So let's center this so you guys can sort of see. I moved you to where I was, where you could get.
Okay, thank you.
So if you look at my little indicator,
Yes.
you will
do
get
it.
to the door next turn.
Okay.
Cleon.
Choices. Another quick question on a ranged spell, something like, target within 60 feet. Is that similar to ranged attacks in that if something's within 5 feet of you, you're affected by that? Or
Is
are
it a spell
spells like
attack?
something that... Yeah, like something like Hold Person.
Hold person is not a spell attack, it's a saving throw.
Oh, got you. No, sorry. I
so
didn't. Yeah.
you would have disadvantage if it is distinctly a spell attack. If it is not, and it's a saving throw, no.
So like Fireball, kind of, because that's actually, you just picked the spot. Something like Firebolt.
Yeah, Firebolt, you would have disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Scorching Ray, you would have disadvantage. That's a leveled spell example, which is what you were looking for.
Right. I mean, this guy looks hurt, so I'm just... Give me a second to decide. I mean, I want to shut these guys down as quickly as possible, but if I can just kill one guy this round, that's even better than potentially disabling one and leaving the other still standing. So I do have Hold Person. I also have the Sleep Spell. I don't know that the Sleep Spell can hit both of these people at the same time, or even put either one to sleep. So, I tell you what, I'm gonna move up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack this guy that's fleeing from me. My shield dropped at the start of my turn, I think.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So that shield spell's gone. I run up here, and I say, halt! Because I can't think of anything more quippy to say. And
Robot Man, halt!
Yeah. Two-handed, 21 to hit.
That'll do.
Hits. And 12 damage, 10 and 2 force. 10 slashing, 2 force.
Mm-hmm. Damage dealt.
And I'll do it again.
It'll do it again.
11 to hit this time.
Reminder, everyone, you do have inspiration.
Yeah,
not that you necessarily want to use it, just as a reminder.
Mm-hmm. So that misses, right?
Yeah, that misses.
Okay. I think that's all I got. I don't really have a bonus. I'm not going to really move anymore. Maybe I'll say on this round with an extra second, go save Cherry to Armilla. I've got these guys. And that's it. That's my turn.
All right, over to Cherry's turn. Your little transmitter radio sort of crackles through Captain Black's voice, and you can hear him. It sounds like he's trying to pry metal. I don't know that you have any idea what that means. Like he sounds like he's trying to pry metal with metal. And he says, "How far is the corridor? Or how long is the corridor? Excuse me." Which seems to be indicating about how he's asking how long the corridor that you went down was. That was like maybe 15 minutes ago. But your passive perception is 12. So why don't you give me an intelligence check to see if you can remember?
Just trying to find it.
So that is roughly neutral. You're not overshooting it. You're not undershooting it. You would say, I think your response would be 30 to 40 feet. Still, you're not very sure why he's asking these particular questions, but you're starting to get a bit lightheaded. You're really not feeling okay. You're just answering the question the best you can. But I think for the moment, that is all that you can do. So over to this little rat man who... he's going to he drops his pistol and he grabs like his pant leg, like a part of his pant leg that looks like I'm trying to think of like how to describe this. Like it looks like either side of his pants have like little rods running along them, which is like, you know, presumed aesthetic, right? Like you don't think that's anything, but he like pulls out a literal rod from it. And then, like, from his belt, pulls out a blade, and he screws them together and swings it at you. Just like, shink, and swings it at you. Let me just check a thing. Yeah. Wow, he terribly misses.
Yeah, he's having a bad night.
So this, like, it looks like it just looks like a farming implement, right? And he just, like, swings it at you and just, like, total whiff. And his night's about to get worse. This guy over here is going to take a pot shot at you, Cleon. 17 is a miss. Yeah. All right, Armilla. So it's your go. I think your radio clicks on, and he goes, and Captain Black goes, sorry, like this is during your turn, so do you want to move like you're 30 feet as he's saying this?
Yes, please.
So let's get you to about here. Captain Black says, I'm trying to think if it's common knowledge that she needs more oxygen than you guys. Captain Black definitely knows. Do the rest of you?
I think it was brought up in one conversation.
It was brought up in the last session. You're right. Well, no, that was that her species likes more oxygen, not needs more oxygen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's roll for like retroactively roll a biology for you making an inference.
Biology. OG.
I think you have an inference that she needs more oxygen than the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're fairly certain that she relies on more. And I think... Don't you have a really high passive perception?
My passive perception?
It's below your ability. Below your skills, I mean.
Like right below charisma.
The 16?
That's pretty good. And I don't know that, like, would you say Cherry hides the need for said supplements?
I would say like 3/4 of the way. Like she doesn't exactly hide it, but
Isn't really open about it, right? So,
yeah.
If you're sitting in the galley having your breakfast, would you take your supplements, or would you do that in the room before you went to breakfast?
Before breakfast.
Okay. So I think Captain Black just radios corridors 30 to 40 feet long, and that's all he says.
Okay.
I guess he might say corridors 30 to 40 feet long. She doesn't have much time.
Okay.
So you can take the dash action and get to the door.
Okay, so put me by the door. Scoot me over there.
And next turn, you can potentially try and open it.
That's my goal.
Cleon?
I think I'm going to try to end this rat guy. He shot my friend with or my crewmate at least, with the antimatter weapon. So we're going two-handed blade, slice him. 27 to hit.
Slice
And
Good hit.
17 damage, 15 slashing, 2 force.
Okay, so that's gonna be something. Still hanging in there, but he does not look good. He's like,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I deliberated a little bit whether I should try to like subdue these guys, but like I said, they're pirates. They're using antimatter weapons. This guy needs to die. So hopefully 15 to hit.
Yes.
Awesome. For another 19 damage, 13 slashing, 6 force.
That will drop him.
Feel the taste of my Aslesian blade.
I'm gonna put the X out on him, but he's down and gone.
Okay, I will go ahead and move. I got 30 feet. I will go ahead and just go there. Excuse me. That's my turn.
All right. Over to Cherry. Would you like to do anything special, or just keep trying to hold on?
Can I see the gap in the door?
Like where the gap is.
Like where it was opening a little bit, or is it like barely opening?
It's like maybe enough for like your hand, right? If that helps.
I wanted to see if I could try to shoot the blockage if I could see it.
You can move over there and try and see if you can see the blockage. Yes. So if you do that, I think it's time to reveal this section. If the revealer thingy works, because it wasn't working earlier. Oh, is that why it's not working? Oh my god, hold on. This little line is here to indicate that it's shorter than the map suggests, and that it is a downward slope. So you are up here, Cherry. So it'll be a little brief for you. So top left, basically, of the map. In this room with these chests sort of wedged between this little computer console and one of the like chests. So yes, if you would like, you can hop up and like look sort of in this area, trying to see the obstruction over there. So what you would like to do?
If I have the energy to fight the air still.
I think you do, but like this is your last ditch. Like if this doesn't work, you're gonna have to go back to that corner and hope somebody gets here in the next 15 to 30 seconds.
Okay, then yeah.
All right, so you move. You move over there. You're sort of like squinting against like the harsh like pull of air past your face. Give me a perception check at disadvantage. Trying to see through a small gap. It's like a very high. Yeah, you don't see it. The best you could do is blind fire, and that's up to you.
I think I'm worried it would like bounce off and hit me, so I don't want to make things worse.
Fair enough. So you want to head over to your you want to return to your little hole, so to speak.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put you back over there, and for the sake of mothership, we'll zip everybody back down here. Over to this guy, who's going to move up, climbs this on top of this crate, moves this way, jumps on top of this crate, and then he's going to take a shot at Cleon. at the back of the crate. 22 to hit Cleon.
Sorry, I was muted. I said I'd pop my shield.
All right, so
Again.
that'll just into the shield.
Yeah.
All right, over to Armilla. What would you like to do?
Okay, am I to the door?
You're at the door.
Okay, is there a computer console,
On the wall, there's a mechanism that you should just be able to just like press and it'll open.
well, pressing away.
All right, so this side of the door like slides open. You can see the downward slope, and what you see at the other end of the hall is the airlock door, and wedged into the airlock door is it looks like some sort. Basically, it looks like a mining cart, right? Like a space age mining cart, but it is like shoved and wedged in there in such a way that it is like bent. Like it is.
Bent it?
It is like damaging the mechanism. Like it's also very clear that the mechanism tried to open, and it is like stuck there. And you have 30 feet of movement if you'd like to use it.
I need to run down to the other end, apparently. Yeah, I'm going down there.
So it'll technically be here because it's only about 35 feet. You're, like, at this point, you're ending your turn within arm's reach of this mining cart, but you're also noticing that the panel on this side is destroyed. It seems like when it tried to open, the mining cart, like, slammed into the console and just, like destroyed it. And it is, like, pretty well wedged. And you're sort of, like, sitting here, like, how do I do this? We'll come back to that on your next turn. Cleon. Oh, sorry, hold on. Do you say anything aloud, Armilla?
Purposeful damage to the doorway as loud as I can, hoping that Cleon can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I?
I think it echoes down the hall, and it's it's like not very loud, but you do hear her.
And it was purposeful damage to the doorway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we'll get to the rest of that on your turn, on the next turn. Cleon, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and try a hold person on this guy, this remaining person. Which would be a D17 Wisdom save.
Ooh, 13. That's a failure. So he is held in place.
So, can I close distance get up to him and shackle him with his hands behind his back?
Well, it's an action to cast hold person, and that is you're basically talking about a type of attack.
Okay. He's gonna get to be able to break free. I don't want to just rush away from this, presuming that he won't attack us from the rear. So I do want to disable him. So I guess I'm gonna close distance, and then that's gonna be my turn, I think.
I'm gonna give him a little net. He's stuck in place. He's held.
And I'll call down as loud as I can. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a mechanism to really amplify it, but as loud as I can, say, taking care of this guy, be there as soon as I can.
All right. At the start of the round, the door into this bay area opens, and 3 more of these pirate guys walk in. And they're, like, looking around, trying to figure out what all the commotion is.
Eep.
And then it is Cherry's go. You're very close to losing consciousness, Cherry. You just heard Armilla on the other side of the door shouting. What would you like to do?
I guess I would shout her name and be like, I'm next to the computer so they can find me.
Okay. Are you going to mention how bad of a state you're in or no? Or just say, I'm by the computer?
I feel like it might be in my voice.
That's fair. You definitely sound weaker than normal, and I think that's pretty easy to read. All right, we've got this guy. This guy's gonna move on in. He doesn't see his dead friend, but he sees his other friend held in place fighting a Warforged guy. So he's gonna like heft up his rifle and shoot at you, Cleon. 21.
I'm gonna let that hit me.
I'll allow it. 15, and then your damage reduction.
Which is 5. So 10
10.
split.
Yeah, so 5 and 5. Or no, that's not melee, so it's just 10 to your shields.
10 to shields, gotcha.
All
Shields
right.
half gone. Glad I upgraded.
We're over to Armilla. What would you like to do? You've got this like weird mining cart thing. Do you want to try and move it?
I don't think I'll be able to, but I am going to tug at it, yes. I'm going to try and tug at it.
All right. I think like as you're tugging at it, it's not gonna budge. Like it is well wedged in here. And like as you're pulling on it, it looks like the wheels have been like fully kicked out. Like somebody went to work to try and wedge this in. Like they were trying to like reduce the number of people they would have to deal with. I think the radio, like I sort of described it as clicking on and off, but because Cherry's in transmit mode, it's just on the whole time. That is like my mischaracterization. So Captain Black speaks up, and he says, and I feel like because it's on transmit mode, everyone, all three of you, do hear this. He goes, she's out of time. Armilla, you need to save her like you saved me. What do you do?
No, I can shoot this cart out of the way.
I like you like brandish your weapon.
I'll shoot the cart.
You can, but will she still be alive? Did Cleon mention that there were more guys out there?
No.
I don't think I've had a chance. I just said, I'm taking care of this last one. I'll be there as soon as possible.
Yeah, because he said last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an indication that you are... There's an indication that you are out of time.
Armilla may have heard the gunfire.
Oh, you would have heard the extra gunfire. That's true.
Okay.
If that affects anything for you.
I actually do this look around and make sure nobody else is there.
There's nobody else in this hallway or at the end of it.
Okay. I'm gonna do my special thing because nobody can see me.
All right, so nobody sees what Armilla does. However, suddenly Armilla appears in the room next to Cherry. From Cherry's perspective, it's as if Armilla just like stumbles into existence next to you. And then Armilla like grabs you, like reaches over and grabs you. So that was your bonus action, and that was one use of that ability. You can also use that ability as part of your movement. Would you like to do so now to get out of here?
I do believe so.
Cherry...
I don't suppose I can go all the way back to the ship, though.
You cannot go... I mean, you can go quite far. It just depends on how much you want to get hurt. Because the further you go, the more this hurts. So you can go... your proficiency bonus is it 3 or 4 right now? 4?
4.
You can go 20 feet without any ill effects. However, you're carrying a passenger, so you can only go 10 feet without any ill effects. Which...
You know what? I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to go the 20 feet because it's what I'm used to.
All right, so you go 20 feet. And you apparate in the hall. From Cherry's perspective, Armilla scoops you up, and then you guys just like shift into this disconcerting, absurdly loud, cacophonous realm. Like you're almost inside like a stone. You're in a rock, right? It's like you're in a rock, but somewhere else. And Armilla takes 3 steps, and then a 4th, and it feels as if your skin is on fire, like it's about to peel off. And you hear strange voices echoing all around you. For a split second, Armilla steps out of this rock, and so do you, and you're tumbling into open space. And then in the blink of an eye, you're back in the corridor. And your body hurts, but you're not suffocating anymore. Let me see what...
Could I just mumble, what was that? Half knocked out?
Up to you if you respond.
No, I'm not responding. I'll just go, shh.
You only went 10 extra feet, so your maximum hit points are reduced by 2 until you complete a long rest. So 69, which is the number of hit points you had anyways. So, all right, that's that. We're over to this guy, who I believe gets to make a save. It's a wisdom save, yes.
Yes. DC 17.
Right. Is that at the beginning or the end of the turn? Because that makes a difference.
Target must
end of each
at
of
the
turns,
end of
still.
its turn, the target can make another wisdom save.
So he loses his turn either way. He's just not paralyzed anymore.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, that's a lot more ideal when you got 2-3 party mates right around who you're holding. Because that dude, they're gone at that point. But I tried to get to him, and
a laser shot rings out in your direction. 21.
Yeah, I'll allow it again.
So 9 directly to your shields.
So,
that's with the reduction. I reduced it.
Gotcha. Still got 1.
All right, this guy's going to take this last guy's going to take an antimatter shot at you. 22.
Yeah, I'll let it go.
16 necrotic damage, which is reduced to 11. So 1 to your shields and 10 to you.
Okay. Ow. Sizzles. Not in a fire way, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
it
Your turn.
stings. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try to kill this guy right in front of me. Really only got one mode here. Yeah. So two-handed attack to this guy. 16.
That'll hit.
All right. 20 total. 14 slashing, 6 force.
Damage.
And another 18 to hit for
That'll do.
10. 9 slashing, 1 force. And again, I gotta between sessions write down some quips or something. I want to say something in this situation, but nothing comes to me. So
The red eyes of justice come for you.
yeah. I guess why not go ahead and use my bonus to re-up my shields
Go for it.
since they're gone. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I don't think I'll move. So I think that's my turn.
Cool.
Yeah.
Over to Cherry. You're sort of like coming to. Armilla's still got you like hooked in arm and is like walking down the hallway with you, and you hear weapons fire out in the room beyond. You can ask Armilla what's going on. You can do something. I think all you hear is like Captain Black go, "Did you get her?"
Would I be able to grab at least one of my guns and the radio? Or are those two separate things?
Isn't her radio on, like on her hip? Belt or
It had
whatever?
been in her hand. She had been holding on to it because she had modified it. But you
Right.
can very, very easily just like clip that on. And because you're a gunslinger and you can do up to 2 weapons like simultaneously with any other action, so you can do all 3. Like you can clip it back onto you and pull out your weapons if you want. You're a little hazy. You're gonna have disadvantage on pretty much everything you do, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so I think taking out my weapons is good just because I hear the shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I can answer though, or if I just like would mumble like
I think you could answer,
maybe,
but it might be a little not entirely coherent, like enough to understand what you're saying, but it would not necessarily make sense. Biscuits.
Yeah.
Or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you indicate that you're okay. But it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I would just want to keep walking towards the shots.
Awesome. I think in my vision, you probably like at first you stumble, and then you kind of break into a sprint. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You'd have to dash to get fully out. Oh no, it's only 35 feet. So, yeah, you'd have to dash to get fully out.
Can I do that?
So your movement's 30 feet, right?
Yeah. I thought that was a rogue thing though.
Everybody can dash, but it takes their action. Rogues can do it as a bonus action.
Oh.
So you're 20 feet till the end of the hall, and then you have 10 feet more movement. You can end up right here, which is in exactly where you need to be to shoot somebody, and you didn't have to dash. I kind of forgot that it was shorter than the map suggests. So you can see these guys. If you wanted to open fire.
Yeah, if I still can.
I really want you to have mumbled something to the effect of, well, whatever you want, but indicating that you're all right, and then I think, because it's like a one sentence response or short sentence response. I think Captain Black's response is good. Back to dealing with these pirates. However, that would prompt you.
I think that would just bring more anger into it. Probably makes sense with the sprint.
Yeah, like stumbling down the hallway and then booking it, rounding a corner, opening fire. Again, for this round, you do have disadvantage on everything. Would you just like to unload? Just pick a guy and shoot?
Whoever's closest.
Yeah, that'll
not my
hit.
friend.
A 15 will definitely hit. Roll your damage. Okay, so... Oops, sorry, hold on. That definitely hit. Next attack. Damage is dealt. That will unfortunately be a miss. Just if you want to do another. Because you do have your bonus action and you can do that thing. To shoot twice.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, you didn't have to dash. That was my miscalculation. Damn, that'll also miss. Final shot. That's also a miss. So you do hit the guy once, but you come out blasting, and you're like very disoriented from having just been suffocating, and you just open fire. Like the wall is riddled with scorch marks now, and that guy has been hit one time, and he like looks directly at you. But that is your action, your movement, and your bonus action. I think that's it for you. Yeah. But you are like ready to go.
It is the one that they shot the one that whose turn is next.
It is, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And given that he was just shot, I think he's just going to immediately like raise his weapon and fire it at you, Cherry. 21 to hit.
Oh, were we were healed from before, right?
Yes, you were. So you should be at max HP.
Okay. It does hit, though.
Moderately fortunately for you, when she travels extra distance, it doesn't hurt the passenger. So that is going to be 18, but your damage reduction is 3, right?
Yeah.
So 15 damage directly to your shields. And then over to Armilla, who saw all of that.
Okay, I am going to run over and yell at Jerry. I didn't save you to get your butt shot at. And how far can I get up? Can I shoot at the ones that are there?
So if you go right here, that's 20 feet. You've got 10 feet left. You can go here, right next to Cherry. So you run up next to her. And you're like, I didn't save you to get your butt shot. And then you shoot the guy that shot at her.
There we go.
Go for it. Take a shot.
And I'd like this to hit, please.
Ooh, unfortunately miss.
Oh, poop on a stick. Maybe I'm a little dizzy after that. I'm so tempted to yank her behind me. But that conflicts with my other thing.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you want to take an attack of opportunity, Cleon?
Geez, man. Yeah, probably.
Go for it.
All right. Um, 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. For 20 damage, 15 slashing, 5 force.
This guy jumps over here. I mean, basically, he goes like this. He moves up and then gets his running start and jumps over here. And moves to, like, right here. He's going to use his bonus action to reactivate his shields. And he's going to hold his action. This guy up here is going to... He's going to move down here. Now that there's more people to shoot at. And he's going to shoot at Cherry. And miss entirely.
Nice.
Next up is this guy. He's gonna go up here, climb up to the top of this crate, and he's gonna shoot at Cherry. You are in the front. That is the only reason why you're the one being shot at. You did just up here and unload a butt ton of weapons fire at them. So, does a 19 hit Cherry?
Yeah.
So that's 26 minus 3. So it's 23 dealt to your shields, and anything left over is dealt to you.
Can I do my I forget what it's called.
Oh, your reaction
What I
thing?
did
Go
earlier.
for it. Wait, which one? Because I feel
Oh.
like you have one that involves the risk dice and one that's racial, right?
Oh, probably. I constantly have to reread them.
That's fair. So you have a lot of options.
Oh.
I th-
Actually, could I do a risk die one?
I think so, right? Because it's
I have one where I can try to roll out of the way as a reaction.
Let's see, dodge roll.
Skin of your teeth.
There's so many. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, if you think you can add the risk dice to your AC and get above a 19, which you probably potentially could, go for it. Which your risk dice is right now a D8, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you get 4 or more, it'll work.
Nice.
All right. I love the idea of just like turning your head and it's just like boom, into the wall. It is Cleon's turn. I will give you a moment to decide what you're going to do. I have to hop up, unfortunately. It should be back in like 30 seconds. Ow.
Yeah, I know that guy held his action. But I don't know what triggers it.
Okie dokie. What you doing, Cleon?
Well, I have no knowledge of any held action as a character, so I think what I would do, and I will do, I suppose, is go here. So 5 feet movement puts this guy within 15 feet of me. And I think it leaves a little bit of room as well on this crate, because I'm going to lightning lure him. Which, it's a DC 17 strength save.
Yeah, that is not what he held his action for. That's a failure.
Awesome.
So he's about to lose his held action, by the way.
Awesome. So he would be pulled 10 feet back over to my crate.
Oh, there's a thing here.
And also take 12 damage. 12 lightning damage.
Let's roll a d20.
Ooh.
Sucks for him. His modified shield belt just like explodes with electricity. It like weaves around all of his entire body. He has to make a con save. And like bolts of electricity are lashing out into adjacent spaces. He loses all shields, and he failed, so he takes lightning damage equal to half his remaining shield charge that he just lost. So 5. Lightning lure is 5 feet, isn't it? Are they pulled 5 feet or 10 feet?
It's 15 feet, then pulls it anything in 15-foot radius, and it pulls it 10 feet to you.
5, 10. Yeah. He's just like, and now he's like in front of you, like, what the hell? What are you doing?
Yeah, and again, that's like the red lightning, you know?
The red lightning lure.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to use my war magic to attack him with my two-handed blade. So get over here. 26 to hit.
That'll do.
15 more damage, 10 slashing, 5 force.
That'll drop him.
Fatality.
He just like collapses and falls off the crate.
Cleon literally says that. He just says fatality.
I imagine like his tone of voice is like he looks down at the dead guy and he just goes, fatality.
Yeah.
We go with a very straight face.
And with 25 more movement, that's action and bonus as well, because the bonus is to attack.
Yeah.
But that's 10, 20...
Personally, I'm a big fan of the war magic and stuff. Just kind of wish it came sooner.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just get right in this guy's face. And just say, you next. And that's my turn.
Cherry.
I'm gonna shoot at the same guy.
Short.
Nice.
It's no longer disadvantage. That is definitely a hit, though.
Oh, okay.
That'll hit. Nice. He's looking a little worse for wear, but still standing. That will also hit. 14. Nice. Ugh. That'll hit. That'll drop him.
Nice.
Another one down. 2 down in 1 round's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've determined Cherry is the DPS.
Yeah.
Do you want to move at all, or are you good where you are?
I'm good here for now.
Over to Armilla. I will remind you that you can activate your shield as a bonus action. And that you're muted if you don't realize.
Sorry, I didn't. I was talking away. I need that. Shield up. Obey Captain.
Can you imagine? He's just like doing whatever he's doing. He has shots occasionally, and he's just like, "Guys, don't forget your shields."
Yeah.
He would.
He would. He really would.
Okay,
He just cares, okay?
move here so I can shoot this
Mm-hmm.
one. I almost said this puppy, and I would never shoot a puppy.
True.
Anyway, back to it. Of course, I'll probably miss anyway. There we go.
That'll be a miss. Another reminder of your inspiration if you wanted to use it.
You know what? I do.
Yeah, re-roll that. Blast him. Oh my god. You're a bit shaken. You haven't used that particular power in literally 7 years, so...
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Hey, but it worked.
Yeah, surprisingly. There you go.
At least Cleon didn't, has no awareness of any of it,
Alright, this guy.
I need to figure out a way that I can get 2 shots per turn since I miss so often. I need a second shot.
I think he's going to reach over and he kind of has to hard lean, but he doesn't have to physically leave his space, and he grabs that scythe that the rat folk guy pulled out, that had sort of like skittered to the side when he died, and he grabs it and turns, and he's just like full momentum swinging up at Cleon, who's slightly taller than him. 17. That's a miss, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next up, this guy up top. The other guy with the antimatter rifle. He's going to take a shot at Cherry, who just killed one of his buds, and he's going to miss. He misses pretty bad, but it's not a misfire. Cleon, this guy decided he wanted to go melee with you.
Yes. I accept his challenge. And I will swing my blade at him. So, 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 17 total. 12 slashing, 5 force.
Let me do math. So 17s. Alrighty, next.
And again, this time 13 to hit.
That will miss.
Alright. Slippery of them. I got no reason to use any bonus. I'm not moving, so that's me.
Fair enough. Cherry! Looks like there's 2 left, and one of them's blasting you with an antimatter rifle. What do you want to do?
Which one is it?
The one standing up on top of this crate.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I'm
blasting you.
gonna shoot him.
Go for it. Well, you were serious. 29. Okay.
It's crazy how
Well, he doesn't have
the
a
rolls that kind of did.
He doesn't have a shield anymore. That hits. That hits. Oof. That hits. Down he
Definitely
goes.
DPS.
Another notch for Cherry's belt, I suppose. Next up, Armilla. There's one guy left, and he does not look like he knows he's the only one left.
Oh, so we all get to shoot at him once. Next.
Wow. Hey. You might have not killed anyone today, but you saved a life.
Yeah.
All right. This guy's gonna swing this scythe again, and he's gonna miss.
Man.
Sucks to be that guy. This guy is dead. Cleon.
Yeah, I almost feel like giving him a chance to surrender. I think I might go ahead and say surrender or die, and then attack him. So, yeah, I'm gonna say surrender or die, and then swing at him.
Yeah, go for it.
So, 17 to hit.
That'll
I think
hit.
that's a hit. Yeah, 19, 14 slashing, 5 force. I don't know if he could possibly respond, but I'll attack again if he doesn't surrender.
He does not surrender. He just sort of glares at you.
Okay.
He's like, "Grr."
I don't know, I feel like I'm glaring at everything with my glowing red eyes. How about 29 crit
That'll hit.
for, let's see, 11, 24, 28 total?
Okay. Oh, he's really hurting bad. And he's like looking up at you, and he goes, oh, it is the top of the turn order, and the cargo bay door to your ship starts to lower again. It's like, and he's like, he goes, it looks like I got help coming.
Oh.
Cherry. This guy's on his last legs.
Cherry really hates pirates.
That'll hit. That drops him. But you guys all see like the cargo door like coming down. It's like, it's not down yet.
Yeah.
So you can choose if you want. You can choose to position yourself in a different location just in case he was right and reinforcements for him are coming.
Where exactly is the door on the map?
Yes.
I'm realizing it's a little hard to see, but it's down here. It's this whole wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop up on this crate. Or am I strong enough?
You know, I think the adrenaline is going to have counteracted the other issues by now.
Okay.
The adrenaline or the irritation, anger that they're pirates.
Mm-hmm. All right, over to Armilla. What would you like to do?
I don't know what I even heard the guy say that.
No, but you would see it coming. Well, yes, you would have, but also you would see it coming down.
Oh. You know what? I think I'd like to jump up here so I can see better and see who's coming.
You've gained 1.5 feet in height.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the smaller crates. Does you want to move to a bigger one?
No. I'm just gonna have to hold an action and see what comes out.
What action are you holding, and what's the trigger?
Holding my gun with the trigger on it. No, and the trigger is, more pirates coming.
You're holding an action to shoot a pirate.
Yes.
Got it.
I'm seeing one.
I mean,
Cleon.
Yeah. I guess I can move 30 feet. The door's opening down there. I'll go ahead and get right here. That's 30 feet. Presuming, I mean, can I climb? Maybe I can't go the full 30 because I'm climbing up on something.
It's like 10. It's like 10 foot up, and then
So I can probably go there.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. And I'll be not hiding in any way. You know what I mean? I'm just up there, and I don't think I can do anything else to be more prepared. So I'm just up there and prepared.
Sure.
With my two-handed, I'm not switching to guns. I'm just
as your turn comes to an end, the door just like fully slams down, and it's Captain Black standing there, and he looks over the scene, and he just goes, "Well, I'm glad to see you fared well as well." Let's get to the galley.
So who was with the captain? It was just the captain, or
who was with him?
Yeah, just now.
Yeah, the door.
Just now it was just the captain. He's talking to you guys. He says, "Let's get to the galley." Okay. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Oh.
Galley.
Yeah, the galley where there were at least 10 of these guys eating.
Yeah. And the grunts were supposed to go there. Hopefully they did.
So as you guys are piling back onto the ship, everyone except Cherry, and I think it might be like the captain takes a moment to turn, and he's like, "Are you all right?" Like talking to Cherry, and that's when the other two of you notice. Sort of like upper middle of his back, through his duster, you see like a hefty amount of blood. It looks as if someone stabbed him in the back, quite literally.
Okay.
Just as this is a thing that clearly occurred, and he's checking in with Cherry.
I think I would just ask the question back.
He probably, I think he would probably say, "Hate pirates all the more, but I got this." And he holds up like this little weird device. He's like, "I don't know what it is, but it locked all the doors on the ship, so maybe it'll be useful." I don't know how, but maybe we can use it somehow. I'll leave it with the techie folks to figure out what it is. We should probably get back to the galley.
Is it clear to Cleon that he's injured and I have an opportunity to say something to him?
He's probably more injured than any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to apply an advanced med patch to him, similar to how I did to the grunt one of the times before. I mean, if he pushes me away, I won't do it, but I'm basically giving it to him overtly and obviously.
You'll take the advanced med patch and be like, "Here you go," as opposed to saying anything. So because that requires,
I think I would say you need healing and approach him, and you know what I mean.
I think because you you can say that way, but if that's the way you do it, that's fine. I think he kind of looks at you, and he goes, "Oh, right. You get to the galley. I'll go to the med bay."
Okay, then I guess I'll back off applying a med patch.
There's definitely a full implication that he totally forgot he had been stabbed.
Right. Okay.
But I think you guys head over to the med bay. Not med bay, excuse me. You guys head over to the galley, and you find Anzo and the twins standing there, just like absolutely, like they look aghast, and they're looking, further into the galley, and you see Mora in her in her dress, holding this like massive cannon-looking gun, just like over the bodies of these like 10 pirates, and she's just like, "You need to show more appreciation for my food." But I think that's probably, as you guys walk in on that scene, that's probably where we end for today. So, unless there are any specific questions or conversations you guys wanted to have, now that you've come to realize that the ship it seems to be clear. It doesn't look like there's any more of these pirates here. So is there any conversation or discussion you guys wanted to have in the final moments before we wrap up?
I think Cherry would just ask if there was a way to close the airlock so she could gather some stones still.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you managed to get some, just like a fair, hefty sampling of crystal and mineral samples and the like. There was no joking around. It took significant effort to get that thing out of there. The cart that had been wedged into the door. It was not an easy task, but you do manage to get your fair share. It sounds like the only witness, so to speak, is leaving that whole scenario alone for the time being. So,
yeah, Cleon probably would help, like unless Xylus's bots have it covered. But any of the heavy work, because Cleon's pretty strong, and he doesn't have anything better to do. He's there to help, and so
I think between you and Anzo, it would probably get solved. But it is like very clearly a thing that even as strong as the two of you are, you probably could not have done alone.
Right. Yeah.
And it certainly couldn't have been done in a few seconds.
Good to be helpful.
But if there is no conversation to be had, I think we can. I find this a little amusing, sort of fade out on like the captain looking at the list of jobs available in the region, and there's one to like hunt pirates, and he taps on the screen. And I think that will, like I said, be it for us tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. It's been a great deal of fun. I am definitely so very excited to see where a lot of these things go as we sort of plant like these different seeds and things. But that is it for us. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Hopefully we will see you next week for, as implied, a bit of a pirate hunt. Again, have a great evening, all. We will catch you guys next time, and as always, great gaming.
Take care, everyone.